What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is January 16th. It is Wednesday. It is 11:59 a.m. Yes, we are 1 minute shy of 12 noon. I am 59 minutes late to the party. Apologies for that. So basically what the deal is, guys, is my wife is... Okay, so here's the deal. One of our bathrooms has been kind of craptacular for a very long time, and my wife wants to remodel the bathroom. And so we have a guy that is working on our bathroom. And so over the next, this is going to take 10 days, this whole entire process is going to be like a 10-day ordeal. And so it's going to be a bit chaotic, and I had to run a few errands earlier today. I had to go run over to Home Depot. I had to run over to Lowe's because basically we're buying the equipment for this guy and then he's doing all the labor. And it was just kind of a scramble this morning, so I was unable to do the 11 a.m. show. My apologies. Now, I could have started this probably at 11:30, but to the best of my knowledge, when I go into YouTube and I try to set up an event, it is 11 a.m., 12 noon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. I don't believe I can massage that in any way. I don't think I can put in 11:30. It doesn't give you the option for that. It just bam, bam, bam. It goes hour to hour to hour. So that kind of sucks. I really wish YouTube would maybe make some alterations there so that, you know, if I'm running a bit late for a show, I could do it at 11:30. I don't have to go to the next cutoff point. But oh well, whatever it is, we are here. We are in the building. Let me go ahead and get my show notes up here, over here. Yeah, I actually have show notes. So this is episode 69 of VR365 Live. It is Wednesday. I don't expect Job to arrive anytime soon. Reason being, it is kind of raining and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think we're going to get Job today. At least I hope not, but watch him show up in the next couple of minutes out of the blue. Those things happen. All right, well, on today's show, I can tell you guys this. This is not a shiz show. I've got a lot of juice to work with today. The good news is I've had a little bit of time to actually prepare for our episode today. And, you know, I'm scrambling around. Is there some new trailers to go to? Is there some new announcements? Is there some new news? Is there some new, you know? And there is. There's actually quite a bit of stuff that is popping off all over the place. We've got new trailers. We've got new VR games. We've got possibly some new technology. We've got possibly a major AR headset that is going to be introduced in the very near future. We've got a lot of stuff that is jumping on today, so it is kind of exciting. I'm actually kind of excited to get into this. I was ready to go about 10 minutes ago, but here we are, and we're ready to go now. Paradise Decay says, I don't have any grass in my garden. Yeah, see, that's another thing, guys. If you join our Discord server, you might have saw some pictures where I opened up that door. I actually opened up that door and I showed them what is on the other side of reality. And there's a little bit of grass there, but it's mostly dirt. And so everybody was like, dude, what are you paying Job for? You don't even have any grass. This is actually my side yard area over here. My backyard is really over there, and there is some actual grass over there. Over here, not so much. More dirt than grass, more crabgrass or whatever. But yeah, that's enough of the gardening. We've got a lot to get into, so let's do a little bit of our own gardening. Okay, so the first thing I want to go to, we've got straight up breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, unbelievable megaton news. Let's go to the Webby browser. And oh my goodness, we've actually got an update, folks. Do you see what I see? I see a price of $349. So yeah, it's finally been changed. Finally, after all these days, we finally get an alteration to the price of the Oculus Rift on their normal website here in the grand old US of A. It is now $349.99. We've heard about this, of course, for a long time. You can see Oculus Rift also available at Best Buy, Newegg, Amazon, Micro Center, Microsoft stores, etc., etc. Oculus Rift, man. $349.99. We've known about this for a long time, but the good news is, the really good news is that we could occasionally now see a $299 sale price, which you're going to get a hell of a lot of fence sitters when you jump down to that $299. There's a lot of people where it's like, what? $299? Where's my keys? I'm going straight to Best Buy. Bada boom, bada bing. So Oculus Rift is in the building at $349. That is good news. So I'm very excited for that. Okay, let's go ahead and bounce back over here. By the way, guys, see this trailer that is on the beautiful screen here? That is Titan Arena. And I believe this is coming like the last time, I don't know, was it April or February? I believe this is a relatively early 2019 release. I am kind of hyped for this. There's a lot of games that we heard about a long time ago that are coming in early 2019. And back when we heard about it, we're like, early 2019, that's like 8 months away. So we didn't really care about it too much. But now, guess what? We're in early 2019. So Titan Arena is going to be coming at some point in the future. Definitely looking forward to this one here. But guess what? Speaking of games that are coming in very early 2019, we've got a brand new trailer, a brand new announcement. It is time to get hyped, folks. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and grab this trailer. Accidentally hit the wrong button there. And let's get into it. So this is our first biggin of the day. Dick Wilde 2. Dick Wilde 2, guys. It is in the building. Let's check it out.
Welcome to my kingdom. I'm Dick Wilde, and I'm looking for new sharpshooters to help clean up my rivers. Fish scavengers are flying about, and toxic waste got the better of this riverbed. Remember, folks, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and shoot. A friend in need is a friend indeed. It's about to get gnarly in here. What do you buy? It's time to load those guns and stick it to the beat. Butter my butt and call me a biscuit.
All right, yeah, that is Dick Wilde 2. Check this out, guys. When I started my show, well, not when I started my show, but before my show today, I was making a thumbnail and I had to figure out, okay, well, what background image is going to be my thumbnail? And I actually used a different game that I'll be talking about in a little bit here. But then I continued to prepare for the show, and all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, Dick Wilde 2, brah. So I had to redo my thumbnail. I had to grab a Dick Wilde 2 image, redid the thumbnail. Yes, man, this is Dick Wilde 2. The publisher is PlayStack. The developer is Bulwark Games. This is coming this February. We did not get an exact release date. This is coming to all the major headsets: PlayStation VR, Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, Windows Mixed Reality. So it will be hitting all of the platforms. And also there is cross-platform co-op. PlayStation VR players will be able to play side by side with Oculus Rift players, mixed reality players, etc., and a cashmere sweater. Also, we found out that PlayStation aim support is going to be in this game. and move controller support as well is also going to be in this game. So they're basically doing everything that you want them to do. Now, somebody in chat says there was a 1. Okay, King Hell was like, there was a Dick Wilde 1? Never even heard of this thing. You never heard of Dick Wilde, really? Okay, so Dick Wilde is a wavy-ass wave shooter. Let's go ahead and be honest about that. But you know what? I kind of liked the first Dick Wilde. Now, it's not the kind of game that you're ever going to rave about, rant and rave. You're not going to tell anybody, bro, you got to get Dick Wilde. It is so awesome. But it's a solid game. It's a pretty solid game, a pretty solid wave shooter, very colorful, very bright, very vibrant. I played this, I believe, VR Roundtable. I'm pretty sure VR Roundtable got a key for this like back in the days when Dick Wilde, the first one, came out. And I played it quite a bit. I enjoyed myself. I had a good time with Dick Wilde. So I definitely had some fun with the first game. Am I super excited about Dick Wilde 2? Not exactly, but it does look pretty solid. This is another game, and it is coming in the month of February. So things are starting to line up, because one of the things I said a while back is it kind of looks a little light in the months of January and February. Not a lot of big-time heavy hitters that we know about, but I knew that games were going to start trickling in here and there, and Dick Wilde is kind of one of these games. So yeah, I am looking forward to this a little bit here in the month of February. All right, so there was another game that I had that we were going to talk about another game. I had another image that was my background image, and I switched it to Dick Wilde. Well, what was the other game? It is called Xtraction VR. I'm sorry, I'm having problems talking here. Can I talk? Can I talk? Okay, it's called Xtraction VR. It is a new battle royale type of game. And yeah, we seem to be getting new battle royale types of games every other day. So anyway, I saw this game. I've never heard of it before. Apparently it's been around for a while. They've been working on it for a while. But let's go ahead and check this one out, because this looks like it might be a bit of competition for Population 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. It is called Xtraction VR. Okay, that is Xtraction VR or Xtraction Royale. And so this is one of these games, guys. I've told you guys about this a lot of times. One of the things I do whenever I'm preparing for this show and I don't necessarily have a lot to talk about or a lot of things to get into, what I like to do is I go to YouTube and I just put in VR trailer, and then I use the filter button and I search for today, and then I also search for this week. And I kind of just go down and look at all these different trailers and I try to see, is there something new out there that maybe I've missed, maybe I didn't know about? And I saw this one on there. It's called Xtraction Royale or Xtraction VR. And I looked at the trailer, I watched it for a little bit, and I was like, this looks kind of cool, looks kind of decent. I mean, it's definitely trying to go after kind of that Population 1 kind of a thing. I don't know that it's going to succeed. I mean, I sure as hell wouldn't put this head-to-head with Population 1, but it looks like it's trying to go down that road. I'm looking at some of these graphics here. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Onward. Some of these scenes that you're looking at here, a little bit Onward-like. And I also checked out, they have a website, they have a web page that they're kind of pimping this whole thing out. So why don't we go ahead and check that out? So let's go over to the Webby browser real quick here. And here it is, XTR, Xtraction Royale, Xtraction Royale. So this is the website right here. And basically, like, you go to this website, you can see that way back in July of last year, they were showing off new maps, you know, having dev updates all over the place. They had a new teaser trailer way back on April 13th, 2018. What's Xtraction Royale? Well, Xtraction Royale is an upcoming battle royale virtual reality experience developed by Revolution VR using the award-winning Unreal Engine 4, a game that will place you against other players in a fight to escape an island. Winners will be rewarded with an in-game currency that can be exchanged to RVR, a cryptocurrency designed for VR and gaming. Either alone or in squad, plan your way out by any means necessary. Yeah, so you're going to be a crypto miner, bruh. You're going to get in there. You're going to earn real money. What's Xtraction Royale? Yeah, we heard about that. Wait, players can win real money? Yes, top players in a match will be awarded with an in-game currency tradable for RVR, a cryptocurrency in the real world. What's different in Xtraction Royale from any other battle royale game? Apart from being awarded real money? Not a hell of a lot. But anyway, they're saying Xtraction Royale is aimed to be released as a Steam early access game for Windows PCs compatible with Rift HTC Vive during 2018. Obviously, that didn't happen. Expecting a 1.0 final release by early 2019. And then, you know, they're talking about all these different features and blah, 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 blah. They do have a Discord server here. But the trailer that I got, it's a new trailer. Like, it just recently came out. So it appears like this is going to be coming down the pipe at some point. I don't know. That kind of scares me, like this cryptocurrency idea. That does scare me a little bit, but I guess you could probably just get into this game and play it normal style. You don't really have to worry about the cryptocurrency thing. But that is Xtraction Royale. I certainly have not been tracking this game. I didn't know anything about this game, and now it is on my radar. Is it something I'm super hyped about? Not really, but it is on my radar. So that is Xtraction VR, Xtraction Royale, whatever you want to call it. It is a new game to maybe keep our eyes on, hopefully coming relatively early in 2019. It's going to have, you know, the problem with this game is it's got to get out of the way of Population 1. It either needs to arrive way before Population 1, that would probably behoove these developers, or it needs to arrive a little bit later after people maybe have kind of tired of Population 1 and maybe they're looking for something else. Definitely needs to stay away from that. Okay, so we do have some other news to get into. So Bigscreen Beta 2019, there is going to be an update that is coming to Bigscreen Beta, and there is a trailer for this. So I thought, why not? Let's check this trailer out, and I can tell you guys how I practically know nothing about Bigscreen Beta. Yeah, here I am covering VR. I've been covering VR since the year 2016. I've never tried Bigscreen Beta. How freaking crazy is that? I don't think I've ever tried it. It's kind of crazy. But let's go ahead. Let's check this trailer out, and we can talk about it right after we're done. This little teaser for the Bigscreen Beta 2019 update. Let's go ahead and check it out. I like the beat. Yeah, so this is the Bigscreen Beta teaser, and dude, beards. Beards have been added. This is game-changing. Hats and hair, but most importantly, beards. Because we know how incredibly popular beards are. They are actually very popular. So anyways, yeah. Can you believe I have never, ever, I don't think, tried Bigscreen Beta? I've heard about it forever. I've heard people talking about it forever. I know there's a lot of people really into it, And I don't have a really good excuse why I've never been into it. I'll kind of tell you what I've thought in my head. Like every time I think about big screen beta, or big screen, whatever, you know, every time I think about it, I think about that the whole idea behind it is that you get together and you can watch videos with like other people. It's kind of like you can go into like a shared room and you're kind of like a rec room. You're like a little rec room avatar, right? That is kind of, I mean, those guys look like rec room avatars, kind of. And you're just kind of floating around and you can go into a room and there's other people there and you can watch like videos and stuff and you just kind of gather around. Now, my problem with that is I don't believe our resolution in these headsets is there yet. Like I don't think the technology is there yet for big screen beta to work like I'd want it to work for me to even care about it. So I've never tried it. I've literally never gone in there and tried it. And that's kind of like unfortunate. Like I probably should just, you know, carve out 15, 20 minutes of time, jump into this thing and check it out. Now, is it free? I'm assuming there's like a free trial. I don't know if you have to pay for it or whatever. Maybe that's part of the reason I've never tried it. Maybe you got to throw a little money at it and I've never thrown any money at it. I don't know. I don't know why I've never tried it, but I haven't. I did a Let's Play last night that was the Persistence, okay? And you might be thinking, well, why the hell would you be playing the Persistence? Well, I was actually looking for the Eden Tomorrow demo. I was in the USA store of PlayStation and I was in the UK store. Not online, I was in the actual headset trying to find the demo. I searched for it by Eden, I searched in the PSVR area, I searched all over the place, couldn't find the damn demo. Ended up playing the Persistence. Now, why am I bringing this up right now when we're talking about big screen? I'm bringing it up because at one point I was in the Persistence and you walk into this one room and it has like this really huge video screen that is kind of like on the wall at one point, and it's just a static image. But while I was in there, I was talking, you know, and I was saying, man, there's gonna be a day when we're gonna see a full screen, you know, a full huge screen like that that's on a wall in a virtual room, and it is gonna be crystal clear. It's gonna look like a giant 4K freaking, you know, 4K OLED screen like in real life. But I think we're not there yet. I think we need much higher resolution headsets, higher resolution textures, you know, lots of things, and we don't have it right now. So that's kind of why I haven't been into big screen beta and I haven't ever tried it. But I probably should try it. So it is free and it's awesome, according to Conrad Lawrence. John Bardo says it has nice environments. Rendered Reality says it's a free app. DJ Jello, it's awesome. Big screen is crack. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to try big screen. I'll try it. I'll try it, you know, I'll download it and give it a sample. Why not? Definitely should do that. Okay, so let's see. All right, we've got more stuff to get into. Now, the next story that I want to get into, so we can go to Road to VR actually real quick here. So hold on a second. Let me see. I'm going to go to Road to VR. And let me click on the right thing here. Okay, so we're gonna switch over to our webby browser right here. And so there is this story on Road to VR, founded by CERN engineers, CREAL3D. Now they have a light field display and apparently it is the real McCoy. I guess Ben Lang has tried this out and he says it is realer than real deal Holyfield, which I said that last night while I was in the Persistence Let's Play. I actually said realer than real deal Holyfield, which actually goes back to like a Snoop Dogg song or something. Okay, dating myself in a major way there. All right, but anyway, so I didn't know what this was about, and so I did a quick YouTube search for some trailers about CREAL3D. Like, let's see a couple of trailers that kind of explains what's going on here. And I grabbed a couple of trailers. So why don't we go ahead and check out a few of these trailers and we can come back and pop into this article and talk about it. So I'm gonna go back, switch over here, turn my volume up a wee bit here, and let's go ahead and grab one of these trailers that I'm talking about so we can find out what the hell CREAL3D is. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Have you noticed that when you look at your finger with one eye, it appears sharp while everything else is blurred, like me here? But when your focus changes, you can see me. Hello. And the finger is blurred. Now imagine, you take smart glasses, like this, which project virtual images into your eyes and fuse them with the reality. Let's try that. And you know what? The virtual objects should blur in the same way like the real ones. They should, but they don't today. This is wrong. This is what leads to an eye strain, which you perhaps know from the virtual reality and maybe 3D cinema today. We make it right. We make glasses which project so-called light field. Light field makes it right. Light field is the future of virtual reality.
Alrighty, so that is CREAL3D. Now, I apologize, guys. I had my volume turned way down, and so the trailers that I've been playing today might have been abnormally loud. I apologize for that because I had my volume like way low. I had my PC volume was way low, but I was doing the same volume I always do in OBS. So apologies if you guys were getting your ears blasted out there. But yeah, so this is the first trailer I have for CREAL3D, but I have one more of them. So let's watch the second one now. And then we can come back and check out this article, but we just want to kind of see what this guy's talking about here. So let's go to the second trailer.
If you have ever tried some virtual reality goggles and felt an unpleasant eye strain from it, like I do, then you know exactly the problem which we solve. We make the future screen of virtual reality. We make so-called light field projectors where the eyes can change focus between different distances, like they do it in the real world.
Our display doesn't have any eye tracking or moving parts. The image itself is 3D. It's up to you to choose whether to look close or far.
We are convinced that our technology provides the highest quality light field among all alternatives which are manufacturable today and into which we can deliver real-time content. So far, we have a bulky prototype, but we are working on marketable virtual reality goggles with first high-performance light field. Then, even you will see the virtual world as if it was real.
We are convinced that light field technology will eventually replace all flat screens and the way people work today.
Light field is the natural next step in the development of our interface with the digital world and between each other.
Okay, so those are the two trailers there. I don't know that like we really got a ton of information here. I mean, I understand what they're talking about, but I don't like, what are we actually putting on our heads? That's the question I have for that. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's go back to our webby browser and let's take a look at this because we're talking about CERN engineers. These are the guys that have caused the Mandela effect. You know, what they're doing over there in Switzerland, they're splitting these atoms like below the ground, right? And they're freaking causing my Fruit of the Loom underwear to change logos, and they pretend that they've never had that logo before. Paradise Decay knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, CERN is responsible for the Mandela effect. But these engineers, you know, they used to work for CERN. They feel bad about causing the Mandela effect and warping our reality. So what they're going to do now is make some light field displays for VR, which sounds great to me. So let's go ahead and check and see what Ben Lang is talking about. So he's saying at CES last week, we saw and wrote about lots of cool stuff, but hidden in less obvious places we found some pretty compelling bleeding edge products that might not be in this year's upcoming headsets, but surely paints a promising picture for the next gen of AR and VR. And yes, I am reading right off of this website here. This is Road to VR, and this has been written by Ben Lang, and so definitely give some love to Road to VR. I think all of us kind of like Road to VR. They're kind of the underdog anyway, so we kind of root for them. So basically, Thomas Slucka and Thomas Kubza, something like that, they are the co-founders of CREAL3D. And so they're basically saying, I was immediately impressed, not with what I saw, but how I saw it. Let me take a minute to explain why. And basically, they're building a light field display. It's the closest thing to a real light field that I've personally had a chance to see with my own eyes. Every AR and VR headset on the market today uses some tricks to try to make our eyes interpret what we're seeing as if it's actually there in front of us. Most headsets are using basic stereoscopy, and that's pretty much it. The 3D effect gives a sense of depth, blah, blah, blah. Such headsets support vergence, the movement of both eyes to fuse two images into one, but not accommodation. So that's the whole vergence accommodation conflict that we always hear about, More simply put, almost all headsets on the market today are displaying imagery that's an imperfect representation of how we see the real world. And see, what we don't know, guys, is we are absolutely ruining our brains. We are kind of like the guinea pigs out there. We're screwing up our brains with this vergence accommodation conflict. And the more and more that we're in VR, the more we're going to be these people with like weird cross-eyed people. We're going to be in laboratories. They're going to be studying us for years. They're going to be like, man, these were the guys that really were gung-ho into VR. God bless their souls. They completely ruined their brains. Okay, so what we have here is above is raw through the lens footage of the CREAL 3D light field display in which you can see the camera focusing on different parts of the image. Why is this impressive? Well, they weren't using eye tracking, so I knew it wasn't a typical varifocal system. Anyway, this is going to take too long, so I'm not going to get into all of this, but this does look like an interesting article. It definitely looks interesting. It's a long article, so this is something somebody really needs to read for a while. I can't necessarily just throw up a couple of trailers and solve all of our problems. So this is a more in-depth article here, but it is apparently the real deal, so we should probably check that out. Light field displays are going to be coming in the coming years, and that is going to be huge, so I am looking forward to that. Okay, what is the next story that we have, ladies and gentlemen? So let's go ahead and bounce back over here to our standard scene, and Colin Webb, God damn you. You have just ruined our next story. So I'll go ahead and pop this little trailer on the screen anyways for the sake of fun. Okay, so yeah, this is a Microsoft HoloLens trailer, an old one that is playing on the screen here. And why do we have a HoloLens trailer? Well, it's what Colin Webb is talking about here in chat. HoloLens 2, February 24th, invitations have just gone out. Now, I don't know if this is absolutely confirmed to be HoloLens 2, the unveiling of HoloLens 2 on February 24th, on Sunday, February 24th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. However, what we do know is that Microsoft's CEO, Satya Nadella, and technical fellow Alex Kipman, they are both going to be there for some type of unveiling of something. And if Alex Kipman is there, oh, don't worry about it, Colin. I'm just joking. If Alex Kipman is going to be there, it's got to be HoloLens 2.0. You know, HoloLens 2, the new HoloLens. We've been waiting. We've heard about this. You know, HoloLens was first out the gate. We've seen Magic Leap, we've seen Unreal, we've seen all these different other AR glasses that are popping up here and popping up there. But we got to remember, Microsoft was the first ones to hit the scenes with this thing. And they've been working quietly in the background. And do you really believe for a minute that Microsoft is going to let Magic Leap and some other companies come into the picture and take away their lunch. I don't think it's going to happen, right? Microsoft is banging hard on this thing. Microsoft missed out on the entire smartphone thing, and they're never going to forgive themselves for that. They believe, like Zuckerberg believes, like a lot of people believe, this is going to be the next smartphone. Now, what we're seeing on the screen here is a big bubbleless thing that is on somebody's head. Now, obviously, that is not going to work long term, but the thing is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. It's going to get more and more comfortable, and eventually we're all going to look like dorks, and we're all going to be walking around everywhere with these crazy ass things on our head. It is going to happen, folks. You're going to have to deal with it. And so we're going to find out more on February 24th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. HoloLens inside Microsoft is known. Its code name is Sydney. Now, this is supposed to have an improved FOV around 60 degrees. So they're going to basically double up on their field of view. That's the rumor. That's the rumor that we have. They're going to double up on their current field of view. It's going to be lighter and more comfortable. It is going to have the latest generation of their Kinect sensor and their latest generation of their inside-out tracking, which honestly, that might mean more to us than anything else, because that tracking is probably going to be a hand-me-down to the next generation of Windows mixed reality devices at a certain point in time. So even if you don't give a rat's ass about augmented reality, and I know a lot of you guys don't, even if you don't care about that, you still might be interested in their new and improved inside-out tracking, because it may be the best in the industry, okay? They're also going to have a custom AI chip, and it's going to have Snapdragon 850 and blockchain, and 5G, and deep learning and neural networks, and all of it is going to be in there. Now, I'm kind of kidding about some of that stuff, but they are going to have a custom AI chip, and it is rumored to feature the Snapdragon 850 is going to be part of it. So yeah, we are kind of interested. I mean, I'm interested in HoloLens 2.0 because look, Microsoft is not going down without a fight. They are not going to let somebody come in and take away their lunch. And so I know their lunch money, really. They're not going to get bullied and get their lunch money taken away. They are banging hard on this. They are not going to be, they're not going to be undersold, all right? They're not going to be undersold. That's the old car commercials you see. We will not be undersold. Microsoft is not going to be undersold. They're going to try to work hard at this. So I am interested in HoloLens 2.0. So we can look forward to that a little bit later in the month of February. All right, I still have a couple of other minor things to get into. We've got a couple of other little trailers to run here. I'm going to throw on a trailer. It is called AURORA, and this is for the Oculus Rift, and it is a new cinematic short. And let's go ahead and run the preview trailer for this. I'm not going to go ahead and full screen it though, because resolution is a little on the light side. So I don't know if it would look very good if I full screen it. But let's go ahead and check out this AURORA thing. Let me go ahead and pop this up. Pink Kong Studios. All right, yeah, so that is the trailer right there. It is called AURORA. It is a virtual reality film. It is being brought to us by Pink Kong Studios. And, you know, it's a cinematic short. You can see that it was a 2018 winner at Infinity Film Festival, blah, 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 blah. And this is Ireland's first original animated film, VR film. Ireland in the building. I do have some Irish descent. So much love there. Yeah, my mom's maiden name is Sullivan. All right, it looks kind of interesting. So now what we can do here is let's go to our webby browser. And here it is. That is Aurora right here on the screen. I don't know if this is also available on Steam or if this is kind of an Oculus exclusive at the moment. It is $3, so it isn't free. And usually this type of stuff is free. So, you know, you were kind of wondering about that. Ping Kong Studios. And yeah, we do have release dates now on Oculus. I'm so happy for this because I cannot tell you, as somebody that worked on VR game rankings and I'm trying to find the dates when things arrived, it is nice that they finally added this release date thing. So this has been around since January 8th. It's available for $3. And it says a visually rich cinematic animated VR short. Aurora follows the lives of a young family and all who inhabit its vividly colored landscape. And I believe Aurora is like Aurora Borealis, you know, like the lights up there. I think that's what it's basically all about here. Set in a beautiful forest clearing, Aurora gives the audience space to experience the majesty of nature through a time-lapse style narrative of day to spring, spring to winter, and life to death. Ouch. So yeah, that is Aurora. Looks kind of cool, and just wanted to highlight that real quick. All right, so we have some other stuff that is Oculus related. There is a new game. I'm going to go ahead and switch back over here to our standard scene. And I have a trailer for a game called Board and Ball for the Oculus Go. I believe this is a relatively new release here. Let me go ahead and, well, actually, hold on. Let me pump my volume up a little bit so that when I switch to the trailers, they're not crazily quiet. Okay, let's go ahead and check this trailer out. Kind of low resolution as well, but I'll go ahead and full screen this puppy. All right, so that is called Board and Ball. As you can see, the developer is Raptors VR. Looks a little bit Marble Madness-ish, and occasionally you see the Oculus Go trailer over there on the right side. So probably what you're doing with this game is you just basically tilt your Oculus Go controller, which that, of course, just controls this board. So a singular controller, as long as it has good tilt recognition, should work perfectly fine. So this is available on Gear VR and on Oculus Go. It is called Board and Ball. And what we can also do is quickly check real quick over here just to check the actual Oculus page for this. Here it is, Board and Ball. We can see that it is going for $3. And you can see there are 4.5 stars on this. Of course, these ratings can be gamed like none other. So I don't know that I would trust these ratings much at all because I believe they can be gamed. So this is a puzzle in which you overcome obstacles using the force of gravity. You need to control the playing field by joystick and to move forward the ball to the goal. The game does not look complicated at first sight, but to pass it through, you need to use the strategic thinking and your agility. And so that is Board and Ball. Let's see, when did this arrive? January 9th. I'm really loving these dates. I love how we actually have dates now. That is beautiful. So that is Board and Ball for the Oculus Go. Okay, speaking of Oculus deals here, let's see. Let's look up Keep Talking and Nobody Might Explode. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I believe this is the daily deal, but we got to find the Rift version of it. Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah, here is our daily deal, ladies and gentlemen. We've been covering this as well. Now, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Let me tell you guys something. This game is on sale more than the sofas and love seats at your local furniture mart. I'm serious, this thing is always on sale. it is always on sale. Like, how many times has Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes gone on sale? But you know what? It's worked out very well for them because they've sold a shit ton of copies of this game. This game has sold quite well. I believe it's Steel Crate Games as a developer. Yeah, Steel Crate Games as a developer. It came out way back on March 26, 2016. This thing has been around forever. But you know what? A lot of people really love it. You can print out the instruction manual, which I've heard it's the bomb defusal manual. Like, I heard it's a really good idea to actually print that whole thing out, put it in a binder, and you can play with family and friends in your living room. There's about 11 more hours left in this sale. It is going for $7. I think I've seen this for even cheaper, and crazily enough, this has been around forever. Never played it. I have never ever played Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. And it's co-op, sitting and standing, front facing, blah 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 blah. And yeah, we do have release dates now, so that is wonderful. So that is the game, the daily deal for Oculus today. All right, well, you know what? It's interesting. I've gone through all the little things that I had lined up today. So what we can do is I can take a quick look, of course, over here at chat. Actually, let me go back over to our standard scene for a second here. And let me go ahead and take a little quick look at, I actually have not included chat in this show for a while. Let's see what some people are talking about. Paradise Decay says, Ace Combat 7 devs have a video explaining how and why they developed the VR missions for the game. Well worth a look. Yeah, I would love to show you guys that trailer, but I fear for my very life if I put anything Bandai Namco anywhere on this channel. I feel like I will be arrested any day, so I am not going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. People are talking about Pink Ape, which is the developer, I believe, of AURORA. And Fluke is saying that AURORA is available in the Viveport subscription if you have that and don't want to fork over a couple of quid. Board and Ball, or just plain bored? Yeah, and Ramarcus gave the game a thumbs down, the marble game. So apparently a pass on that marble game. Yeah, I just happen to, you know what, I happen to go over to Oculus, and I'll just occasionally check out Oculus's YouTube account and see if they've got any new trailers, and they happen to have a trailer for that. So I thought, okay, I'll go ahead and grab that and check that out. And I continue to look through here at chat to see what else people are talking about, but nothing really major going on over there in chat. So why don't we go ahead and we can always check out the subreddits and see what people are talking about, or we can go ahead and check out like Upload VR, Road to VR, and see what the latest stories are. So let's go ahead and switch back to our Webby browser, and let me go ahead and take a look at, why don't we go ahead and go over here to Upload VR. Let's give this a nice quick refresh, and we can do a quick recap on what is going on here. So they have hands-on on Ralph Breaks VR, which is a family-friendly formula for the Void. Yeah, while in Las Vegas, Upload VR visited the Void's location there at the Venetian for Ralph Breaks VR. You know, MameFan, I know MameFan was there, but I think when he got there, Ralph Breaks VR, I don't think they had it up and running yet, so I don't think MameFan got to try that when he was out there. Of course, this is kind of the big news of the day. Dick Wilde 2 has been announced. It is coming to both PlayStation VR. Really, it's coming to basically all platforms, all VR platforms in the month of February. We don't have an exact release date. Sony is still recruiting for a AAA PSVR game from a new studio. Don't know what that's about. And yeah, this is what Paradise was talking about. Ace Combat 7 goes behind the scenes of how they did the VR. And it's well worth watching this trailer. I don't want to show you guys, though. I don't want to get kicked out of here. PSVR Demo Collection 3 doesn't include any new games. Yeah, it's kind of a Debbie Downer, really, on that particular collection. And did you guys hear this? I did hear about this. You got to be careful if you grab yourself an RTX 2060 card, because not all of them have the virtual link port. Apparently the partner, well, hold on, wait, there's an update to this, so let me go ahead and read this. update. A few higher-end partner cars have been announced with the port. So yeah, this is kind of a weirdo thing. At first, what we understood is that only the Founders Edition cards are going to have the Virtual Link port, but some of the partner cards aren't going to have the port. And now we're finding out that some of the higher-end 2060 cards will have the Virtual Link port. From EVGA and MSI are going to have the Virtual Link port. But basically, bottom line, if you're going to get a 2060, double check, make sure if it's going to have that Virtual Link port or not. Because, I mean, if you're going to buy a brand new card, you might as well get one that has the new connector there, just so you're ready for whatever happens. Okay, I did hear a little bit about that. Oculus Android app passes 1 million installs. So that's good news there. And PSVR's Eden tomorrow feels like the Robinson sequel will never get... You know, I've heard a lot of mixed reports on this demo that people have tried out, Eden tomorrow. And like I said, I tried to find this. I tried a number of times to find this demo. Now, what I found out is if you go into the web app, the PlayStation web app, you have a way better chance of finding this demo than if you're actually using like your PlayStation 4 and you're actually trying to find it live on your PlayStation 4 going into the store, because I could not find this demo, man. And I was looking on the USA store. I was looking on the UK store. I did searches, you know, I typed in Eden. I went to the PSVR area and I looked at the catalog and I made it from prices from low to high, and it was showing all these other demos, but I didn't see the Eden Tomorrow demo. But I guess the moral of this story is go into the web app and it's easier to find. The problem is I've got like 7 different PSVR accounts, and I have to go into, like, I have to figure out like what is my password and my email for this account and for that account. And it's just a lot easier for me to just turn on my damn PlayStation 4, put the headset on my head. I don't even have a monitor connected to this. I have my PlayStation 4 Pro. It is sitting right there. It is connected to my PSVR. There's no monitor anywhere. I have no TV connected to this. So I actually go into the store with my headset on and I'm scrolling around trying to find the goddamn demo. Couldn't find it anywhere. But people are saying if you go to the web browser, it's right there. You can find it no problem. So I probably should have did that. So definitely make a mental note. If you're ever looking for a demo, you can't find it on PSN, go to the web browser. You'll probably be able to find it that way. Okay, let's switch over here to Road to VR. Let's see if there's any last minute news stories that are popping off. Of course, Dick Wilde 2, yes, it is coming next month. We heard about this CREAL3D light field thing. This article is a longer article. You're probably gonna need to dive into that and read that in depth and kind of look into it, but it does look interesting. Now, here is something that I haven't spoke about yet, and this arrived on Steam, and this is free. It's called Microsoft Maquette Beta Teaser, and it is a VR spatial prototyping tool. And this is out there. It's free. You can try it. You can download this. Let's see. They just updated this on January 16th. What are they saying here? Microsoft has released Maquette for free on Steam, supporting the Vive, Oculus Rift, and Windows mixed reality headsets. The company first released the app on the Microsoft Store back in July of last year in beta. According to imagery used on the Steam listing, the app is still in beta. So yeah, it is on Steam. You can go ahead and check that out. And, you know, it's kind of like their version of like Tilt Brush. You know, it's kind of like that. And so, yeah, it is out there. It is available on Steam. If you want to check that out, you might want to go ahead and peep it out. All right, why don't we, let's see, we've got a couple of minutes left before this show is over. And we can go ahead and bounce over to the Vive subreddit real quick. And let me give this a nice quick refresh here. And let's see if anything brand new is popping off. Population 1 isn't quite Fortnite VR, but it's pretty convincing. This was at CES 2019. This is somebody's review on it. And remember, Population 1, if you're going to be in San Antonio this weekend, PAX South is jumping off. You can play Stormland, you can play Defector, and also Population 1. I was hoping it really would be Fortnite VR, but apparently, according to this guy, not quite, but it does appear to be pretty good still. Yeah, the Bigscreen beta, that is launching in 2 weeks. Alpha testing starts now. And here it is. I can go to the Steam page right here. Click on this. Yeah, this is Microsoft Maquette. Maquette, I guess. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But it is very similar to Tilt Brush. It is 100% free. You can get in there and try that out. The only thing is like when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I bet you there's a lot of stuff that you can really do with this, and you can really make things very cool and interesting. The problem is the investment. It's the investment of time to figure out how to do this. It's the same thing with Tilt Brush and Quill and anything else like this. Yes, you can do some very amazing things, but you're going to have to invest a hell of a lot of time. It's going to be a lot of time and effort, basically like anything else, really. But for me, I get scared away from things like this because I think, oh, this looks cool, but I'm never going to invest all the time that I would need to create something really incredible. So you know what? I'm not going to get involved with it at all is pretty much the bottom line there. And I'm sure a lot of other people are similar to me in that way. I wonder, though, can you download this and can you check out other people's creations without having to really screw around? Because if you can go in there and check out other people's creations real quick, then you can just be like a consumer and not a creator, and you're just kind of consuming, checking out what is going on. So yeah, that is Microsoft Maquette. It is out there. Let's go ahead and back up here and go back over to the Vive subreddit. Just seeing if anything else pops up here, any kind of news or anything unusual that might pop up in terms of the Vive subreddit. Not really seeing anything too much. Okay, let's go over to the PlayStation VR subreddit real quick. Let me give this a nice quick refresh. Let's see. Oh, I always love seeing these set up in the mall. Yeah, this is a great idea, guys. I love this. This is what needs to be done. That's taken up an awful lot of space. I wish they could make it a little bit smaller, but this is what we need, guys, for all of the companies out there. Honestly, for HTC, for Oculus. You know what Oculus really needs to do is when they're getting ready to launch the Quest, they need to set up little things like this. But what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to kind of rope off these little areas and have people playing the Quest, you know, and they're moving all around and they're doing super hot and there's no wires anywhere. And regular mall shoppers are going to be walking up and down the mall and they're going to be like, wow, look at those people doing lots of crazy stuff and there's no wires anywhere. That looks kind of cool. But this is the way we're going to have to sell VR. You got to put people into VR. And the number one reply, though, is Sony is about 15 years late if they think U.S. malls are the place to be. Yeah, it's funny. The only people that really go to malls are people that don't have air conditioning and it's crazy hot, or they don't have a heater and it's crazy cold, or they're just super young kids looking to try to like find a girl or a guy or whatever, and they're trying to, you know, walk around the mall and oogle at some cute guys or some cute girls and, you know, go to the food court, brah. Yeah, go to the food court. Yeah, that's pretty much what the malls are for. I used to love the malls back in the 90s, but yeah, malls are pretty much a dead duck at this point. Let's go back to the PSVR subreddit here. Dick Wilde 2, yeah, that is coming to PlayStation VR. Just seeing if we got any kind of new stuff popping off. There is a free game trial of Firewall 0 Hour with PS Plus. I do not have PS Plus. I am one of the few people holding out on PS Plus. And that's pretty much it. All right, we could go ahead and check out the Oculus Rift subreddit. I did not do that. Let's go over to Oculus real quick just to see if there's any kind of last minute story. Last minute story that kind of popped up. So let's see here. Let's do a quick little refresh right here. Yeah, so Microsoft to hold HoloLens 2 press event next month. Now, I don't believe it's absolutely been confirmed for sure that this is HoloLens. Maybe it has, but like when I read this story, they were saying that because of Alex Kipman, they believe what else could it be is basically what they're saying. But I'm not sure that it's absolutely been confirmed there. Price drop, keep talking and nobody explodes. Yeah, that is the daily deal. And that's pretty much it. So not much else is popping off. Alrighty, guys. Well, we'll go ahead and go back over here to our standard scene. And that's going to pretty much do it for our show here. It has been basically an hour. I did start like a minute early, so we're pretty much about an hour in at this point. Let me go ahead and grab my little outro logo. Pop that on the screen there. There we go. All right, yeah, so that's going to do it for today's episode of VR365 Live. I will be back tomorrow at probably 11 a.m. Pacific. That's the normal time is 11 a.m. Pacific, but every once in a while something will pop off where I can't do it, and I have to run some errands or whatever, and sometimes there's a little bit of chaos that's going on in the background. But yeah, you guys can go ahead and bounce over to our Discord server. If you haven't been over there, we're always chatting about different things over there in between episodes. Also, I should say, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. We've actually gained quite a bit of subscribers in the last couple of days. Our very own MAME fan did a post on a lot of different subreddits where he was talking about all of his favorite VR YouTube shows, and he happened to mention VR365, and it helped out. It was awesome. Really helped out in a major way. We got a number of new subscribers that have jumped aboard, and that's what we do here is we do a live stream basically every day, 365 days a year, and we talk about VR, all of the newest stuff. We check out some trailers, we check out some news stories, we see what people are talking about in chat, and that's what we do pretty much. And so we continue to bang away at that, and I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific time. See you guys then. All right, that's going to go ahead and do it. See you guys tomorrow. Later.